Well, the view within National Cabinet and at the senior levels of the federal government is that although Queensland and Western Australia are now firm, very firm on their hard borders, in fact, both state governments are likely to change their minds after their elections in October and March, respectively. Federal sources point out that they were close to a resolution on borders before the Victorian outbreak in July, and so they can see a time when the Victorian numbers are down and the elections are out of the way, that the borders reopen and the Federation is not forever split. One thing seems certain: if the Queensland Chief Health Officer continues to insist on no community transmission from a city over 28 days, it will be very hard to see Queensland ever opening up again to Sydney and Melbourne. Scott Morrison here had his own awkward moment on Friday when he compared National Cabinet to having to get kids in a car after he failed to get a national hotspot definition of 30 cases each 3 days up.
I'm not going to hold Australia back when one or two jurisdictions at this point in time, because of their own circumstances, don't wish to go along with the path that the country's seeking to go in. I think that's just common sense, Mark. I think that's just practical. I think that's what people will expect of me. That's what you try and do every day. It doesn't matter whether you're running a business or you're running a community organisation or you're a parent. You try and get all the kids in the car.
Look, the PM soon rescued himself from this by pointing out to the reporter they were all adults in the room. Essentially, there are political considerations at play for everyone here. Queensland and WA governments don't want to let people in from interstate before an election. Scott Morrison has the option of going through the High Court or legislation to force the borders open, or threaten to withdraw JobKeeper support if premiers don't open the borders. But he might have his own election late next year and knows to take such strong action could lose an election for him. Here's his comments to me yesterday. He said, "I want to ensure we remove every obstacle we safely can to ensure we achieve the recovery of our economy from the COVID-19 recession. States need to ensure that they are not putting needless handbrakes on our economic recovery." A couple of handbrakes on at the moment, Kieran.